Not over yet. We're still at it. Just wondering. Gonna put out a little, my thing about my daily list. Gotta do something, eh? Yeah, it is Friday, April 14th, 2025. Just gonna put out a little video here again. Trying to help people, make life a little bit better. I mean, I'm not a rich guy. I just hang on. Let me set this camera a little bit more here if I can. I'm not rich. I'm just getting by. I get by like everybody else. I'll turn this camera a little bit more here, so we can see each other. I'm gonna move this light down maybe a little bit on this side, just so we can see each other a little better. Or you can see me. I guess you can't. We can't chat. Possibly we can if you want to leave a message and possibly a phone number or something, or we can maybe talk. Helps maybe talking a little bit. I'm forming picking up on the mastermind that we put together in a few years back, and it's going to go back into private house and get together with the people. And anyway, like I say, we're making our lists. The thing is, people are energy. We're all energy. We're free energy. They can move that light a little bit. It's shining in my face, but that's okay. We think we can do things on our own. We're looking to do our own thing privately, and we need help. We need assistance. But there's so much out there today that you can use. The internet is just full of opportunity, and they're making it so easy right now. I mean, I'm thinking about possibly going on to that Dibbly or whatever it is, and maybe writing a book about something. I mean, I've studied so much stuff all my life. I've used so much stuff. And like I say, the hypnosis book, this one by Rachel Copeland, that is the best book I've ever found on hypnosis, self-hypnosis, which is autosuggestion. This is an old book. I got another copy of it because the first one I lent it out, I guess, and it's gone. But as you can see, the pages are stained. I'm very careful how I use my stuff. I don't go folding things back and bending them. But like I say, even the little thing on the top is faded right out to nothing. But and anyway, that's really good if you're if you have issues with smoking or drinking or whatever it is. That is very powerful. Hypnosis is very powerful. And I've been went out to a little chat from some lady. What was her? McDonald, her name is. First name, I don't know. Anyway, it was interesting. But she's a therapist, licensed therapist, and she uses it for people with problems, or you're panicked about certain things have scared you over the lifetime, and it works. Hypnosis does work really well. But I'm telling you, that book, that Confidence and Power, how to hypnotize yourself and others, that's very, very, very good. That one, she that goes into depth of how to use like auto-suggestion if you want to correct problems, eh? And the Confidence and Power, as I say, you can go on right online and find this book. It's I went over, I listened to it again last night. It's like three hours or so, and it's right online. You can type in Confidence and Power. Those are the things that I got into, many years ago. And this guide to yoga meditation, I had found this. I don't know how I come across this book, but years ago, how I lost this book is I was into it and I was reviewing it and using it. It's mostly about how to view life from the yoga's position. Like, don't get blown away by life. And this book I ordered, I got it offline. You can't find it anymore. It's like, if you find it, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. This one is, I mean, it's just like new too. Somebody had used it, but they had used it very, very carefully. As you can see, they got it some parts highlighted a little bit and slightly underlined. I think, unless that's that was made like this book. It was hardly used. This one was highlighted somehow. I didn't remember that. It's highlighted somehow all through it about the most important places. But this book is, as I can see, it's like never being used. It's the back isn't cracked open or nothing like that. So, but I found it. I says, you know what? I really like that. I started looking online, and I come across this book for sale. And I don't know. It wasn't too much. It was $30 or something, like 20 something bucks. I want it. So I called my friend who orders stuff all the time for me constantly online, and I said, grab me that book. So he ordered it. And then when he started looking, after he got it online and got it shipping, started to try to find more copies of it. Oh, they want lots of money for them, and they're not in very good shape either. So anyway, I just wanted another copy of it. So I got it. Put it in my stockpile, along with my stockpile of other stuff. Lots of stuff. But yeah, as I said in the previous video, one thing we all know for sure is we're going to die. And that's the way it is. And if we don't do something while we're here, we should at least entertain ourselves, make it so that our life is better. And as I said, years ago, I got into, I had this inferiority complex problem from when I was a child. Got a licking the first day in school. First ever day in school, I get a licking in grade 1, 6 years old, from a teacher. The first day, for making a mistake on a little piece of paper. The first. Everybody got to get in line and get their whack on the hand with the ruler. Not good. Kind of affected me in my brain, for years and years and years. And that was not good. So anyway, I had this inferiority complex and didn't know how to deal with it. Couldn't work for a boss. Tried to work for a boss, and the boss was like the devil. You'd think he was out to kill you all the time. And so I tried to get by working with people, and I'm gonna push this light over a little bit. It's giving me a headache. Giving me a little headache. I don't know, giving me a headache, but it's irritating me. I shouldn't lie, it's not getting a headache. Life's a headache. No. It can be a headache, but you don't want to. If you're in financial trouble right now, you have a headache. And if things are boring or depressing in your day, you have a problem. We all have problems of some sort. TV's a little bit aggravating too, but I'm gonna leave it on. Maybe I'll just try to change the background on it or something. Hey, we could change the background on it, or just push this down so it ain't quite so bright. There. And it's finally starting to warm up here a little bit, guys. I've been, like I say, I used lists before. Like they never had internet when I first started in this. There was no internet. I never had no computer. I didn't know nothing about computer. All I knew that I was having a heck of a time working for somebody. And I tried, and then I ended up on unemployment, and I just couldn't figure things out. So I went down to Alberta for a while, and this was in the, I guess, 79, 80, in 80, the winter, that winter. And that was the winter when they first came in with the new budgets. They came in with budgets, and all of a sudden, when I got there, just before I got there, there was lots of work, and the wife went up there, girlfriend at the time, and she says, "Oh, there's lots of work up here. Why don't you try it up here?" So I said, "Okay, I won't hurt me." And so I just packed up, sold everything, whatever I had around me. Didn't have a house or anything at the time. Headed up to Alberta, and when I got there, that budget had just hit that year, and oil rigs were pulling out. The economy was folding up. Jobs couldn't find a job. You couldn't find a job out there. Like I tried. I was up there for like 3 months. I put more miles on that car just driving around Edmonton, trying to find work. And it just wasn't happening. And I went into one place. I forget what the name of the place was. Anyway, the guy looked like he was going to hire me. And all of a sudden, I went back in one day just asking when this was going to happen. And the guy's wife was there. And she started screaming at me about Ontario and the political situations. And she just said, "I wish you all just go back there." Like we were coming out there to steal their jobs. But most of them were all out there ahead of me. And from Ontario and Quebec and wherever. And yet they're yelling that, you're not, you should go back. Anyway, so I finally got on a Toyota dealership there as a prep man, painting, sanding, painting cars, priming. And the assistant manager hired me because the manager was on holidays or something. So I worked there, and a few weeks later, I think it was about 3 weeks later, and this guy came back, the manager, and he was from some other country too, and he couldn't speak. He spoke like very broken English. And called me in the office, and he started raking me over the coals about the application that I filled out, because he found out from Ontario. And where are you going to show him a license from, like painter or bodyman license? Well, I had painter's ticket at the time. It was Ontario. Anyway, I put that was on the application. And this guy started screaming at me, "You didn't fill this out right. You didn't finish this out." I says, "Well, the assistant manager told me I didn't have to put that down there." And he started yelling, "I'm the boss here, and you got to," Those were the days when you could get away with, telling somebody you're going to kill them, and freedom of speech. They wouldn't. It was different times. But anyhow, I kept working there. I didn't quit. I didn't quit. He figured maybe if he yelled at me enough, I'd just walk away. I needed a job. I needed a job, so I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And this guy was getting people to come and rip the paper off my car, tell me I did it wrong, and tell me I put the primer on wrong, and just anything, trying to get me to quit. And it went on for a couple of weeks, I think it was. And then all of a sudden, the assistant manager, the guy that actually hired me, he came up to me. He said, "I got to see you at the quitting time here, just before quitting time." So I went in there, and the guy says, "You know what? I don't know why he's doing this to you. Your work's fine." He says, "But he's doing it." And across the separation, it had fired, written right across, fired. Okay. So at that minute, I walked out the door, I went back to the apartment, says to the wife, which was the girlfriend at the time, I says, "You know what? I had it here. I'm not working for anybody ever again in my life. I am not working in this slave-master relationship." I says, "I'm going back to Ontario. You can come if you want. Figure it out. Pop after you get settled out. You can pop up there if you want." I says, "But I'm going back there." I says, I may starve to death, but maybe my friends will feed me. I don't know, So anyway, I got in the car, loaded it up with whatever I could get in the car. And I had stuff shipped up there earlier, and so anyway, I just took what I could get in the car, and I left. I left early the next morning, and I was home within one day. I went right through. I just stopped for a little rest here and there, and drove all the way back. I was so ticked off with the whole thing. But anyway, I came back. I got involved in a business with a fellow, one of my friends. He's still my friend today, and we were going along. But like I said, I still had this inferiority complex. Couldn't work for anybody. So I decided, well, we were on our own. Even working with customers, I couldn't deal with them properly. I was like, I don't know. They were not my friends. They were not. I couldn't deal with them. And then I came across, like I say, first of all, I came across this book, this Confidence and Power thing, and I put this one. I started studying it, and I started putting this in use, just trying it out, seeing what I do. All of a sudden, you know what? I was able to deal with people. I overcome a lot of that in that time. You still have you never really, get over things that happened in your very young years. It does affect you, but anyway, it's a long story. I think I mentioned some in the previous videos, but got through it. And then, as life went on, I got into rentals. Then I found my friend had this book, this whole course from Carleton Sheets, no down payment, how to buy houses and stuff. The business wasn't doing that great, so partner and myself, we each personally borrowed a few bucks, and we put down payments on a house with borrowed money, and then monopolized again. And then he wanted to buy another house, so I says, okay, I'll pay you out on what you put down plus a few grand, and you can continue, go buy yourself a different house if you want. So we did that. And then I used Carleton Sheets information, and I remortgaged the house. I found another little house that some guy came wandering down the back lane to the shop, and he says, you want to buy my house? I helped him catch his dog first. He says, good deal. He says, $25,000. I said, okay. I said, I'll take a look at it. So I walked down. It was just down the back lane from where we were working, from the shop we were renting. And I looked at this house, and I thought, okay, I'll take it. So we went back to the shop, and I wrote up a little, just a little contract, and $50 or something I had down. And he looked at the contract, and it was just written out really simple but powerful. And he walked out of the shop, and I thought, oh, well, guess that deal's gone. So what? And then a week or so later, the guy walked back in. He's, I'm going to sign that piece of paper now. Okay. So I don't know what I had to get $50 or something down, and I wrote out this piece of paper. And then I went to the bank, and and at the time, it was $25,000. So they said, oh, they would only mortgage, because I had a mortgage on the first house. So I borrowed money against that house, and they said, okay, you can. We only go 23,000, I think it was. So I would have to put up the other couple of grand, plus closing and land transfer taxes, whatever the heck it was. Wasn't an awful lot. So I did that, and I put that little bit of money out, rented the house out. The house I was living in had an apartment upstairs and us downstairs. So I was having, then made it really easy, because the money that was coming from the two were covering it. So I went back in. Then I went back just a short time later, and I went back into, I think it was, bank. Which bank was that? Royal, I believe it was. I think it was Royal. I can't remember. That's so many years ago. And I said, I'd like to remortgage this house. It was a different bank. I said, I have this bank with this other place. I would like to transfer my mortgage over and remortgage this house up. So all in all, we paid $25 for it with that little bit, and then they gave me what was it? 29,000? 29,000 out in cash. So I had two houses that were, paying for themselves, and I had this $29,000 cash for a down payment. 29, I believe it was. So I said, well, that's fine. So then I wanted to get out of this renting this shop I had. We had this rented shop. So I started looking, and I found a house, which I overpaid for the place. A house with a garage on commercial zoning. It was like highway commercial, right in town, right on the main street, but it had some weird zoning where you could run a business out of the thing, and you could live, and it had an apartment in the basement. So I took that down payment. I took that, put that down on that place, which at the time, I was overpaying for the thing. I paid $25. The guy was asking $150 for it. Now this is a lot of years ago. So we ended up paying $125, I believe, for it, which was even overpriced at that time. So anyway, then that's fine. Then I had a shop to work in. I had a house to live in. I had a basement apartment, was rented out. I had a house on the other side of town with two rentals in it. I had the other house also on the other side of town, all paying in. So then I had a business. I had a place to live for free, and everything was covered. So anything I made was my play money. Like I say, there was no internet at the time. And at those times, I made trips, I bought trailer and trucks and boats, and, it was okay because every bit of money I was making after expenses, and the only tax they could charge me was commercial tax inside the 28 by 40 garage that I had there, with a half a paint booth I put in one side and a prep area on the other. So everything was cheap. It was cheap. It was easy to run, and so I ended up, traveling. In the wintertime, when the business slowed down, you could save enough and everything was paying for itself. You could go to Florida. So I'd go to Florida, haul a trailer down there, put it in John Prince Park, or it was Zephyr Hills. And one time my sister had some property down there with a trailer on it, so I stayed there one winter, and that didn't cost nothing to stay there. So, but John Prince Park was pretty cheap. One time I took the Bayliner down there and camped and fished. But you get sick of it after a while. And I thought, I'm still young. It was, I guess I was like 30, maybe when I started to go down there. I guess 30, something like that. And I got tired of the whole thing. But I was using, like I said, when I first started out with in the business, and then started to look for getting going, I started this listing where I make sure I have lists of things every day. I document my day totally. And then I started getting into the real estate and all this stuff. But so a number of years ago now, got to be close to 20 years ago, I got a little bit tired of, fed up with the world, and I just wanted to escape. That's what my whole deal was. I wanted to escape from society. Give me an island out in the Pacific someplace, and I'll live. Yeah, but you can't do that. It's just impossible to survive on your own. Hey, no grocery store on that island, I'd imagine. So I want to impress on you one more time and I'll impress it every time, that a daily log list is what you need to do. Okay, I just started my list today. This was all the stuff I had on there yesterday, and how many things did I check off? I say you got to take 3 actions that could help you in some way over the day, and all the rest of the stuff. Like I said, email Jess, Ted, and them. That was about posting for that club that I had got involved with in the lockdowns, about pushing them to do some things. It's a good entertainment. They do karaoke now, which we started. Now they got a different guy take over the karaoke, and they have bands on Fridays. But okay. Okay, making videos for this for this. That was on the list, and I did check it off because I did make it. So I mean, now that goes over to this new list, eh? And so today, make video. Check out Amazon and for taking on different products. Check out Dibbly. Check out, it says check Dibbly. I was thinking about getting a book written up. I mean, AI. I mean, I can make books on hypnosis because, or this kind of thing. You know, make some kind of books. I mean, it really doesn't cost anything, and AI and all you have to have is a basic knowledge, and AI can assist you in writing this stuff and publishing this stuff. You can publish it right online. You don't even have to actually have a physical book. Okay. So anyway, there's that was part of. I've just started this list this morning, and so I go back through my pages. I go back through all my pages, and I look for things that stir ideas in my mind. Okay. And there's this thing again about Amazon and affiliates, you know, and ClickBank. ClickBank, I was going to see now. I'm going to push that over there, over to ClickBank. So I'm going to write that down on here right before you forget. Right when you forget, ClickBank. Oh, ClickBank. I just write down ClickBank. Okay, that is an excellent site where people put books and all kinds of things that you can, that they put it right down there, what kind of percentages they give you for selling this stuff, and you can put it on posting boards. They give you affiliate links. So if you go to posting boards, you could put it up on posting boards along with, you know, your chat, and talk about different things and advise these books or whatever product you're trying to sell. And I've been trying to talk to people about lots of things, you know, like, for instance, if you could make money fast if you really wanted to. As I'm saying, you know, if you were a salesperson, like for tractor trailers or big equipment, and you could get an affiliate link, and it makes you just a affiliated salesperson. So if somebody went and bought a tractor trailer through your link, and they went there and they purchased something, you get an awful lot of money, and even if a small amount on a $500,000 thing, you get a good chunk of change, you know. So I don't know. I haven't really looked at that very hard. I was trying to talk to one of my friends who's having a little bit of financial difficulties driving truck for his father-in-law, and his wife is on some kind of bit of a disability or something. She got issues, and they're so far in the hole for stuff, making truck payments and making trailer payments, and they're living in a house, but it's her parents, his girlfriend or his wife's parents' place. So, but he didn't pursue it, and I'm not gonna bother people. I'm looking for people that are trying to do something, you know, like if you want to contact me, and you know, we have like a little mastermind going in Thunder Bay, like just, you know, for her to get together and shoot ideas around. You shoot ideas around, and individual people come up with ideas, and lots of times people will like to go along with those ideas, or, you know, or little splinter groups form for doing little different things. So I'm going to kind of cancel this right now. If you want to contact me through, you know, through comments, that's fine. Okay, have a nice day.